Hey guys, welcome to another video. I'm Amy. If you're new to my channel, I talk about health and spirituality. And in today's video, we're going to talk about some of the traps within spirituality. And I'm really passionate about this topic and want to talk about it with you guys to bring awareness to the subject, because there are a lot of traps in spirituality that I see people falling into, and it can be really hard to get out of. You don't want to get caught in one of these traps, so that's why I'm saying it in this video today. So my first point basically is the glamour within spirituality. And also, I'll just give you a little bit of background. I have not always been interested in spirituality. I came from a more scientific kind of background. I used to be really skeptical about everything and spiritual things, especially like astrology and that. I used to be really skeptical about it. I used to be like even atheist. And then I became more aware, and I got over this and saw the good things about religion and where it all stemmed from, which is what you want to basically attain to. If you want to reach enlightenment, or if you want to just become more aware and more conscious and feel good in your life and bring more abundance and happiness and health into your life. And basically the first thing, like I said, is the glamour within it. Like, there's a lot of glamour. It looks kind of cool or alluring. Things like astrology or psychics or tarot cards, like, they look like a bit of fun. Like, you can take it that way if you aren't serious about it. Even if you do take it that way, I wouldn't get into it. But especially if you really believe in any of these things, and psychic abilities as well. Having said that, none of these things are necessarily false. They do have, they can be true. Like, maybe you can pick up a tarot card and it's true. I've never really gotten into tarot cards, to be honest. Astrology can seem very true, and the stars do, like, the time we're born, the stars, where the stars are, does have influence over our life, or our, like, energy or whatever. But it doesn't determine our life, and we always have an ability to be the master and be in control and change it to how we want. And the reason why you don't want to get caught in any of these traps, like astrology, is because you're looking at an outside source. Basically, you're looking at something that is telling you how your life is going to turn out, or is telling you how your identity is. Like, I'm a Taurus, right? And I can identify with all the common traits. Like, apparently we're good at music, we're quite strong, athletic, type people, and I can identify with all of that. And there's a lot of other things that I can't even remember, but that I resonated with when I read what my star sign said about me. And basically, like, okay, so it seems like this stuff could be real, but if it is real, is that going to determine your whole life? Like, are you going to let that, like, because that puts limits on your life. Because then you may think that, oh, because you have this star sign, that you are going to have these certain health problems, or maybe your star sign says you have trouble with money or whatever. Like, it can say all this bullshit about you that isn't true, because you can determine your life for yourself. It's all about your own choice. It's just people are making choices whether they are aware or they aren't aware. So you don't want to get trapped into that. With tarot cards, recently I went to this community, like, gathering kind of thing, which is pretty cool, and I'm going to talk more about these kind of gatherings later in this video, actually. And there was some people there that were really cool, and we were hanging out, and we were just swimming in the lake, and they were talking about tarot cards, and they were talking about getting a job and all that, and how they didn't know if they were going to get a job, and they had to trust the universe kind of thing. And this girl said, like, oh, like, I got a tarot card that said I would get a job soon, or something along those lines. I don't remember exactly. And this frightened me, because I realized that that she is putting more trust into that card than she's putting into herself. And that's where the problem lies. It's not whether what the card says is true or not. That doesn't matter. But are you going to trust a card more than you trust yourself? Because you are the universe within you, okay? And when you become, the more aware of that you become, the more power and control you have in your life, the more ability you have to make your life whatever you want it is to be. But if you're looking at outside sources, What if you got a card that wasn't good? Then that would influence your mind. That would have power over you because you believe in that card. If you believe in something, that you're making it true for yourself. So that's why I don't think tarot cards are good. I don't believe in them. Like, yeah, I don't believe in them. I'm not saying that they won't be effective even 90% of the time for people, but yeah, you don't want to go there. And astrology and like things like psychic abilities, they are definitely real. Yes, I am aware that they are real because I have experienced it myself. However, it's not the ability, it's the hype around it and the intention to enhance your spiritual abilities. Is not wrong with having that intention, but it shouldn't be your main intention to become psychic or something like that. You want to raise your awareness to become more aware, to have more peace in your life, to have more awareness, to bring that to other people as well. It's all about service, really, and it's about serving yourself, realizing your own worth, and then helping other people to do the same. But if you get caught up in psychic abilities, I see people thinking that that is something really cool and that's what they want to attain. And when they do attain it, they think they're better than other people because they have this psychic ability. But that's wrong, because everybody has this ability within them. It's just some people are becoming more aware of their own abilities. So that's one of the reasons why that is a trap itself. And yeah, there are many other things here that I'm not going to get into, like astral projection, for example. Again, this is something that I was always able to do in my life that I didn't even know what it was called, like lucid dreaming and all that. And then I saw these videos on YouTube saying on how to do this, and then I thought, oh, that's really cool. But then I become aware, and like, oh, this is something that I am already able to do, and it shouldn't be a be-all end-all goal, because really, what effect does it have in my life? Nothing. And it can actually cause some damage if you go into astral realms and you see bad entities and that kind of thing. Like, you don't want to have that in your life. You want to get rid of that energy. My next point is spiritual ego and arrogance, and this is something that I've fallen into myself, and I think it's a natural part of the process. I could be wrong, but I think it's a natural part of the process when you become more aware. Is that, like, I used to, when I was aware, becoming aware, going through awakening, like, I couldn't relate to people as well, because, you know, the things they were talking about wouldn't interest me. And that's always been the case on some level. Like, I've never really been into small talk. I never really cared about things like that. But it was even more, and it really bothered me because I wasn't able to connect with people around me. I didn't know anybody around me who I could talk to that was kind of on the same level. And then that was me putting myself on a pedestal, thinking that, oh, I'm on this level and these people aren't. And when I looked deeper into that and I became even more aware, I realized that partly was me not being able to express myself and share what it is that I knew. Because if I knew that and I was really aware, then I would be able to help other people at that point. But I wasn't able to do that then. I saw it as them having something wrong with them. And in a way, you could still see it like that. Yes, they do have a lot of, they are in that negative energy. They are not healthy. They are not aware. Yes, but is that going to help if I look at it that way? No, it's not. So that's why I'm saying that here, because I've really fallen. It took me quite a while to come out of that, because it became like a protective thing, because I didn't know how to talk to people anymore, and I thought I was going to be like that forever. I thought I was never going to be able to really connect with people, and then I started finding more people that were aware and being able to connect with them, and realizing that it was really the way I communicated with people, that I needed to myself have more connections with people that were aware. And when I'm around people that weren't aware, my what I should be doing is either at least not judging them and just letting them be, or bringing the light and bringing the awareness to them by helping them in some way. And so other things like with spiritual arrogance is, like, again, with psychic abilities, when people have these abilities, they often think they're better than people. And this can be a subtle thing. It doesn't necessarily mean that they literally are that they're going around telling people that they're better because they can see angels or whatever. Not necessarily like that, but maybe they just think that. And if you, whatever you think, it's just as bad to think and to speak it. It's the same thing, really. Whatever you think, you bring into existence. You put upon yourself. So if you're thinking about this and you're thinking you're better than other people, you're putting that back on yourself. You're actually harming yourself because you're creating a separation between you and the world, the larger collective consciousness, right? So this is why you don't want to get caught into any of these traps, because what you're doing is you're really harming yourself. Whatever you do to another person, you're doing to yourself. And my last tip, or like last trap, is like within spiritual communities, and that there can be, this is something that I experienced for myself, was that when I went to this like gathering thing, I was thinking, oh, everybody around me is going to be really aware, and I'm going to be able to relate to pretty much everybody. Like, I shouldn't have any issues. Not that I had any issues or anything, but there were people that were there. This is where I met these girls, right? And there were a lot of other people that had traps and things like this. Was that, like, most people there are healing themselves, which is good. They have good intentions to heal themselves, but they still had a lot of ignorance and weren't going around about it in the best way. Like, I'm not the one to say that what is right or wrong for them, for sure. Like, whatever they're doing is probably good for them, but it's still not optimal, and it's keeping them stuck when you get caught into any traps. When you try to find a way around it, I find that I really look at it in this way, in that these spiritual, I don't know, activities, if you want to call them, a lot of them, not all of them, when you become aware, you know what is good and what's not. But if you're just new to this, it's very hard to tell. It can be hard to tell the difference. You just have to tell by your own feeling. That's the only way you can tell. But a lot of it is just not taking full responsibility for yourself and making the change that you need to do, and thinking that something else is going to heal you. Not that other things can't heal you. Like, I do Reiki, and that can heal people. That can transform people's lives. But there are actually two types of Reiki, and most people are not aware of this. It's anything you look up online, you're going to find the 3-level system, or Reiki masters. This is not the full system of Reiki, and this is why a lot of people that do Reiki are sick, and a lot of people that do have Reiki treatments don't really get better or heal. Is because it's not the full system. It's not real, and the people that are giving the energy are getting sick because they're not doing the right thing. Whatever, like I said, whatever you do to other people, you're doing to yourself. They're putting it back into themselves. They're not really helping people, and the people themselves are getting caught into that trap, and they're not getting better. They're not getting what it is that they want, they ask for, and it's really it's a shame, really. That's why I want to say it here, and I might even get a lot of hate in this video for it, but it doesn't matter. If you want to experience Reiki for yourself, the real thing, you can have a free session with me, either distant Reiki, or if you live in Sydney, you can do a real hands-on session, practical session, either one, and then you can decide if that feels right for you. When you actually experience it, that's the only way, because that's how I got into it. I was never really into spirituality. I just I had a client of mine. I was a personal trainer. I had a client of mine who did Reiki, and he just gave me a free session, showed me what it was, and when I felt it, I knew that was something good. That was something that was real, and that's the only way you can know. I've never done the fake stuff, so I don't know, but I know from my teacher saying that, and I know from other people as well that have done Reiki that have not been helped. And anyway, that's just another trap, so I'm using that as an example, but there are many of other things, and I'm not aware even of all these things, but I'm just saying, if there's a general trend, I can see that, I'm not going to go there. And my last point in this video is just, the main thing is to be aware. Really, what I realized as I become more aware myself is that you have to be aware at all times. You have to be in a way, on guard at all times. And you can be comfortable and be yourself. Yes, you should be. But you need to be aware of where it is that you are, who are the people around you, how is that affecting you, that energy. It won't affect you if you're aware of it. If you're strong enough in your own energy, nothing else can affect you. But if you're not aware of what's around you, that's when people can lure you in. It may not be intentional, but it's because that's where they are, and they want to feel safe, so they want to bring you to where they are. Okay? So yeah, be more aware and stay grounded. Don't have to be off with the fairies. I never understood why people wanted to raise their energy all the time and be really like ungrounded, because you feel good like that, but you're not helping yourself really overall, like in real life, like in your physical life. And you are here to live this life. You are not here to live up there. You can go up there, have outer body experiences, whatever, to help you heal and bring that back into your body and to share that with the world in whatever way it is for you living your life purpose. But you don't want to make that your life, because that's what a lot of these people get caught up into. And I'm also saying it because I know people that are close to me that are caught in this trap, and like it's a bit of a shame that they are, but I think they're going to find their way out of it. I always think there's a way out. So I don't necessarily think they're going to be trapped forever, but it's hard to get out of these things, and it can take a while, and so a lot of people don't. So that's why I'm doing this video, really. So be aware, be present at all times, do what you need to do. Really, you don't need to do anything fancy, spiritual to become aware. Just meditate, try fasting, try raw foods, and just be aware in everyday life. Practice, like, they call it mindfulness. I don't know if I like that word that much. I don't mind it, but that word can be confused. So I just say practice awareness in your life. It's about meditating, sitting down, closing your eyes as well. But also when you go out into the world, meditating and being aware of what's around you. The more you can do that, the more you raise your own energy, the stronger you become, the more power and control you have on your life, and the more you are able to give to others. So that's it for this video. Like I said, if you want to have the free Reiki session, you can just click the link in the description. And if you liked it, give it a like, subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you guys next time.